So in this week's Torah portion, we have something very interesting that, because usually we think of the five books of the Torah, Bereshis, Shmos, and so on. But there's a little section of just a couple verses, but there's an upside down nun on both sides, and it's brought down that this, in a certain sense, according to some opinions, is also considered a book in the Torah by itself. So if this little section in this week's Torah portion is a book in of itself, it makes what comes out seven books of the Torah instead of five. So what's the difference? So one of the differences between five and seven, of course, is in our emotional attributes. In general, we think of that each one of us has seven emotional attributes. The primary ones start, having the concept of loving kindness, and then severity or discipline, and then compassion, and so on. But really, you can break the seven emotional attributes into five and two, or the five is the main actual emotions themselves, and then the last two, Yesod and Malchus, which is really bonding, are really how the five are brought to the outside, to others. So how does this relate to us? Basically, we have, again, our five primary emotions, and then we have how we relate to others, especially Malchus corresponds to speech. So when we think of, like this week, how to emphasize the seven over the five, one of the lessons I think can be is that there's one thing just to work on our emotions and work on our character in and of itself. And there's another way that we can work on how we communicate that to others. How is my speech? Am I using my speech in the right way, that I'm bringing out my already, let's say, worked on character traits, or my already worked on emotions? How am I communicating to others that they're going to receive it the right way? I have to think about, not only five, but seven. So again, how am I communicating? What is my speech? And the other thing is the seven hints to the concept of menorah in the temple, which is also says the Jewish people have seven different categories. How could I create unity with any kind of category, any kind of personality, and I could still have unity with them? Good Shabbos.